Hey everybody, good evening or good morning or good afternoon, whatever time that I posted this. My name is Cheryl Howard. I am the CEO of His Garden Naturals LLC, and my partner is my daughter Imani Love Banks, and you'll meet her again. Definitely going to put up another video as well. First of all, I just want to thank all of you who voted for us thus far to win the Entrepreneur of Impact and the $25,000 grant that will give us oh my God, the opportunity to be mentored by Daymond himself of FUBU. And a lot of you know him from Shark Tank. So grateful for even the opportunity to be in the running. What I want to say is, besides thanking you, how that money would really help His Garden Naturals to grow and expand. We want to be able to expand our production or speed up our production so that $25,000 will really help us to purchase larger equipment so we can produce larger batches, right, to meet the demand for more sales, and even hire contract people that when those big sales, when they come in, we can hire other people to help us so it don't have to be so much on us. And then we can have larger machines that can produce even more. The difference between making 30 and 50 at a time to making one, two, 300, 500 products at it, you know what I'm saying? And in one batch. So that's what we need to do so we can expand, we can grow and be able to pay for marketing and advertising, because you can, as they say, you can be the world's best kept secret because nobody knows who you are and what you have. And so being able to pay for marketing and advertising, it will give us that exposure to more people so they can know more about His Garden Naturals and that we make products with a purpose. I got into, first of all, I've been in the cosmetology field for so long. I started doing hair as a little girl, teenager. I was a girl in the projects doing all of the weaves and the braids and all the African hairstyles. And then I eventually went on to school to get my cosmetology license because I had a passion to do hair. But not only do hair, but I wanted to help people grow and maintain healthy hair. And that's how I stood out in that industry. I wasn't into, bleaching and stripping your hair and giving you all the psychedelic colors. And look, that's okay. That's you. That just wasn't me. I just want you to know how passionate I am about the healthiness of our hair, to the point that I stopped doing chemical hair processing, and I started focusing only on natural hair care. And even with our product line that I launched in 2011, initially with making the body butters, I was inspired and had a desire to always make a product line because I used to take natural products to make body butter for my daughter. She had eczema as a little girl. She used to go to private school with her uniform. I'll send her out looking great. The girl would come home with holes in her pantyhose from scratching so bad because her skin used to itch and be dry. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's not that I use toxic, harsh chemicals on her body, but her skin was very sensitive. And then when I took her to the doctor said she had eczema. So I started getting stuff like shea butter and all these natural ingredients and oils to put on her skin, or sometimes just rub some natural oil on her skin, and that would soothe her. So because she used to pull her barrettes out of her hair, and the barrette had the hair in it still. I was like, oh my God. I gotta create some stuff. And so a couple of years later, she got older. That's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a hair line. I'm gonna make a company to provide natural hair and skin care. And it all happened when I was on unemployment one day. I was on unemployment, I'm saying, for a couple of weeks. But one day I was sitting at the computer and I kept looking for jobs and looking for jobs. Now I'm a hairstylist, so I'm still doing hair, right? And I also was the go-to lady in the salons as the person with the growing fingers, because a lot of my clients said I helped their hair grow. And so I was the one you come to. I'm going to give you the massage. I'm going to stimulate the hair growth. I'm going to give you the scientific brushing. One of my teachers in cosmetology school, told me to add that to my service. A lot of the other young ladies that I went to school with, they wasn't really into the scientific brushing. But I never forget my teacher. She said, Cheryl, if you add this to your service, it will help you and you will make some extra money because you'll be helping people's hair to grow. And so she taught me. She taught all of us scientific brushing, but her and I talked about it more. And she explained to me how in some of the salons that had certain treatments that was on the high end, she said that one brought in a lot of money. I started doing it in beauty school. Nobody else was doing the scientific brushing. When I was going with my class, I started offering that to the people who would come into school to get their hair done. Like right before you graduate, you start working on real people's hair. And I had people coming and asking for me. Oh my God, where's Cheryl? Where's Cheryl? And they had scalp conditions and dandruff and psoriasis and eczema, and all these things. And I started doing the scientific brushing, and it really improved the health condition of their scalp and their hair. So I'm like, okay, I'm on to something here. So I really got focused, to make a long story short, on creating, first of all, doing healthy hair treatments. But then when I started the line, I said, okay, you know what? I want everything that I make to solve a problem, to be the solution for a problem, a skin or a hair condition. So that's when I started making the body butters, like my pumpkin body butter. Pumpkin and mango I know was good for skin. It have a lot of benefits that help with eczema and psoriasis and even regenerating the skin cells. So I'm like, okay, I was doing my research, right? I started learning about herbs and different oils and all of these things that can really help enhance the quality of your hair and your skin. So that was the focus of His Garden Naturals, is creating products as healthy choices for your hair, your skin, and the environment. Because we also started creating healthy other type of products that's for your wellness, your overall well-being. So we are a holistic beauty and wellness company, okay? At the core, that's what we want to grow to. So with the $25,000 grant and being able to be mentored by Daymond himself, one of the owners of FUBU, from New York like me. Not only that, but the mentoring and the funding would really help us expand by helping us to purchase larger equipment so we can make larger batches of product at one time. And then I can also contract workers for big orders, right? So we can speed up the production of making products. So instead of putting out maybe 50 to 100 products, I can create 500 to 700 to 800 products, right? All together, because now we have the equipment to do it. The equipment is not cheap. So we want to be able to do that, purchase more equipments. I want to be able to expand my team and create a unit that would go serve women in transitional housing and shelters for my Tresses for Less program. And you can find that on our website at hisgardennaturals.com and learn more about that program. But I too once was homeless, and I was living in a transitional house, and I was sleeping on friends and family members' couches and sofas and air mattresses and floor, me and my daughter, going through transition after my divorce and trying to get back on my feet. So I know the importance of community and funding and investing and pouring back into someone else. So because I had that opportunity, God blessed me and my daughter opened up the door. I was able to get back on my feet. I actually had to go back to beauty school and get my license, because the first time I went, I dropped out. Growing up in the hood, not having that type of being around a circle of people who was all about progression and business and entrepreneurship, right? And I'm this person, but then I didn't realize who I was at the time, but I always had this in me. I went back to school and eventually got my license, and then I told you the rest of that. So because of community, I was able to go back to school, get my GED, get a bachelor's degree, get 2 master's degree, and now I'm in a doctoral degree. Pray for me, please. But with that said, I want to help other women. Part of transitioning and getting back on your feet is feeling good and looking good, and preparing women to go back out into the marketplace and doing something like an interview, right? Doing an interview, but having their hair together, looking good, feeling good, smelling good. I want to be part of that, or I want to have a team that is part of that journey for women who are transitioning, who's staying in shelters, who's staying in transitional home. I know what that's like. And it does something to your psyche, to your mind, when you look good, right? We know that self-esteem comes from within, but still it gives you a boost in your confidence when you look good and feel good. Then you going out feeling like, okay, you feel just as special. And then just the pampering alone, self-care, that is so important. And it's part of self-care. I want to be able to do that. I can't do it all by myself. I can't go out and be every place and I'm trying to run the business and I'm running. No, I would like to create a unit, like an outreach team. And I would like some of that money to go toward transportation, gas, meaning, and buying supplies that we need to provide these services, create or provide free to low cost hairstyles, because some women, when they